Hi guys, my name is London and today this is the first part of a new series. It's this zombie tournament thing. I'm going to be taking all the maps from Zombie Chronicles, putting two up against each other and seeing what they brought to basically the zombies experience. I'm really looking at the new features that they brought, such as lunar landers and ghost devices, wonder weapons, what they did to the plot, all that stuff. First of all, we're going to be looking at Ascension versus Moon, and let's start this. Let's go. Alright, first we're going to be looking at Ascension and the new features that Ascension brought. Ascension brought two new perks. It brought PhD, which basically means you can't get hurt by explosive damage, really useful when using Mustang and Sallies or ray guns or anything like that. It brought Stamina Up, which means you can reload while running and you can run for longer distances. It brought the Lunar Landers, which are the things you activated and then you could fly around the map in. You needed to activate all three of them to get Pack-a-Punch, so they were really important in this map. The sickle was first introduced, it would be later introduced in Call of the Dead. It was basically a V-skin Bowie knife, that's all it is. Space monkeys, little pricks, anyway, they used to steal your perks and all that, and you would have to guard the perk machines, otherwise your perk would be gone. It's why in this clip I had to get Wonder Fizz perks, because you know, I just hated the monkeys, but I couldn't get any other perks for the Wonder Fizz machine broke, so, you know, that's great. It brought the Gersh devices, which are like these miniature portals that you could throw out and zombies would get sucked into them. And it had the Matryoshka dolls, also as well. There's a little Richtofen cameo thing, which I'm going to put in the intro of this thing. It's a little Richtofen Matryoshka doll. If you didn't know that existed, it's really cool. Anyway, onto Moon. Fuck it. Onto Moon. The new things that Moon brought were the jump pads. They were in the Geozone. You could basically bounce around the map. You need this PhD flopper to live. Unfortunately, there's no PhD flopper in Moon remastered, so it's a bit shit now. It brought in the astronaut. Fucking hell, this guy would basically, if you went close enough to him, he would grab you, headbutt you, teleport you somewhere, and take away one of your perks. Really annoying. It brought the wave gun, which was an excellent new wonder weapon. I love that gun. It's like this gun that splits into two, and it was red. It had the hacking device, like you could hack perks and all that. It was great. They had the astronaut suit, because obviously you're in Moon, it's zero gravity. You would use the astronaut suit to basically not die and suffocate. And it also introduced Zero G. This wasn't as good in Black Ops 1, but it's definitely an improvement over the Black Ops 1 version. In the Black Ops 3 version, they really nailed Zero G. It's a lot less annoying than it used to be. Now here, I've got to go with Ascension. They brought the best new features. They brought two new perks. Well, you look at a map like Dive or Buried, where they bring one perk maybe, and those perks are usually never seen again. This map brought two new perks, which were used. PhD was used all throughout Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1. Stamina Up has been in I think every map since, but I might be wrong about that. So yeah, first point goes to Ascension. Alright, now we're on to the wonder weapons. Now the wonder weapons that Ascension brought, Ascension unfortunately did not bring any new wonder weapons, so by default this point goes to Moon, as it brought the wave gun in. And the only thing close that Ascension brought was the Matryoshka dolls, which were exclusive to that map only. Now let's move on to the plot. Let's talk about the plot. This will also be part of the pointing system. The plot of Ascension is basically Richtofen, Dempsey, Takeo and Nikolai. They find a lunar lander in Kino de Toten. Makes no sense, but anyway. And they fly that to the Ascension facility. They free Gersh, and Gersh teleports them to Call of the Dead. Whilst in Moon, Richtofen takes control of the zombies and forces the other three to basically blow up the Moon. So the other three, and Samantha, because Samantha switches bodies with Richtofen, it's really weird. They blow up the Moon as they think Richtofen is evil, because he is. And this sets up the whole plot for Black Ops 2. The whole rest of the plot for Black Ops 2 and the plot for Black Ops 3 actually stems from this. Because it's set in a world where the Earth got destroyed, because of course you destroy it in Moon. So the second point goes to Moon for the plot. Now on to the fourth round. I'm talking about the difficulty. Now Ascension is a really easy map, even though you saw me go down in that clip. But in my defense, I did not see that zombie, and I did not have Juggernaut. It's not my fault. But Ascension is really easy. There's loads of guys showing you on YouTube how to get to round 50 easy, and they all say grab a thunder gun and go to spawn, because that's all you really need to do. You grab a thunder gun and you just run around in a little bit where you spawn, where the lunar lander is. There's really nothing else to get to high rounds. Like, that is like the prime, you know, way of achieving rounds. Of course there's the monkeys, but really once you've got all your perks, they shouldn't really be a problem. I mean, not all your perks or your points, because obviously later on in the round you're gonna have tons and tons of points, like useless points that you don't need to buy anything. So the monkeys don't really mean anything in that regard. Well, Moon is a relatively hard map. It's not so hard that it's unplayable like, I know, Shangri-La or something like that, but you know, it's easy enough, or it's less hard enough that you can, you know, have a good time with it. Like, of course the astronaut detracts from that in a way. You saw me go down on Earth, the Area 51 section, that is really jarvy. You get caught off so many times. I've down there so many times, as you saw in that clip. It's very close quarters, you know. While Ascension has these long open areas where you can kind of just hit people, zombies, and be fine with it. While in Moon, it's very close quarters. Like this bit where you do the Easter egg, where you need to fill up the soul capsules, it's really hard to do because it's very close quarters. So really, ideally, you need an LMG on this map, because, you know, just to lay down that firepower, just because it's so close quarters. So in this, Ascension is too easy, while I think Moon is difficult, but it's not like 5. 5 is really difficult. It's really close quarters. I like that map, but I don't like it. Like, I just feel like I'm gonna die every time I play Moon, which is not good. So I'm gonna give this point to Moon as well. Now Moon has already won at this point. It's already got more points than Ascension, but I'm just gonna go to the 5th round, which is Community Reception. Now, the Community Reception for Ascension, some people didn't like the map because it was too easy, but that was only a small percentage. A lot of people really like Ascension. I really like Ascension, you know, because Ascension is one of those maps where there's enough in it for you not to get bored. Like with Nukt, you can only play a couple of games of Nukt and then get bored of it because there's nothing really to do. With Ascension, there's the Matryoshka dolls, the Gersh devices, the lunar landers. There's loads of stuff that you can do. And for that, the Community Reception was kind of medium to high. Like, it was all liked maps, basically. It wasn't like Nuketown, where most people didn't like it, even though some people really did. Whereas with Moon, some people hated this map and some people loved it. It's like Transit, but flipped the other way, because most people hate Transit, but it's got a few people that love it. Moon is kind of the opposite. It's got a few people that hate it, but a lot of people love it because it's set on the moon. It's Black Ops 1, you know, it's probably a bit self-explanatory. And I think Moon is just a genuinely more favourable map. Like, people like it more than Ascension. So there, Moon wins the 4th point. Moon has won this little first round tournament thing. So I think Moon will be going on to the next round because it's beaten Ascension. It will go on to face the next zombies map that I put up against. For the next video, I might do something like Shangri-La and, I don't know, fucking Verrucht or something like that. I might actually do that next, you know. And then whoever wins that will get off to face Moon, and then it's like a tournament basically. Anyway, Moon wins that. Like, even though I prefer Ascension, like, I like Ascension more, but just based off of the things that I bought and the things for the plot and everything, I think Moon is superior in that category. Also, aesthetics, because I forgot really to mention this. Moon is just cooler, you know. Like, I know Ascension, you're in this space station and you can launch the rocket and the rocket flies up and it's all great and everything. Moon is set on fucking space. You cannot get cooler than that, you know. It's set in space. Fuck it. It's set in this kind of space. Like, it's got the geodome, you know, with all the plants in it. It's just a really cool map. And yeah, that's been about it. It's been your boy London. I will be coming at you in a couple of days for the next part. And that's really all I have. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Have a good one.